Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will be doing yet another Delta Force mobile gaming test on the Snapdragon 855 Plus, which was released back in 2019 and is a slightly stronger version of the original Snapdragon 855, which got released a year before. We will be testing low graphics 60 FPS, standard graphics 50 FPS, and lastly max graphics 30 FPS. Let's start off with the lowest graphics and see how this 5-year-old flagship will perform on an upcoming 2025 AAA mobile game. Let's go. Before we start counting our FPS, it's best we all acknowledge the use of a screen recorder for this test, which will surely account for a decrease in performance in some areas. With that out of the way, let's start counting our FPS. If you have been paying close attention to the FPS meter, you will see FPS has been relatively stable, with occasional drops to 55 FPS to 53 FPS when engaging in combat, which is quite reasonable for this outdated mid-range processor. For over 30 seconds into this test, FPS hasn't gone below 50, which is quite awesome to see as this particular processor is moving ever closely to the low-end category. I know some of you might disagree with this statement, but look at this performance statistics from Nano Review. It clearly shows the Snapdragon 855 Plus is very close to becoming a low-end processor, because if you put it side by side with an actual low-end device like the Snapdragon 695, you will notice there is little gap in performance. We are now at the 1-minute interval, and FPS still hasn't dropped below 59, meaning you won't get any significant drop in FPS when playing Delta Force Mobile on the lowest graphics. Now, a question for the Snapdragon 855 users: how does this performance compare to that of Warzone Mobile on your device? Answer down in the comments below. We are now testing standard graphics with 50 FPS. Standard graphics supports 60 FPS, but when you get into a game, it locks your FPS to 50, which is quite strange because it doesn't lock your FPS when you play the extraction mode. Maybe it was done on purpose or might just be a bug. Anyways, let's start counting our FPS and see how stable this one will be since it's locked at 50 FPS. As you can see, FPS is very constant here, which is what we expect to see on an optimized mobile game such as Delta Force Mobile. Even when engaging in intense combat situations, FPS only drops to 47 FPS, which is very negligible when your frame rate is locked at 50. Let's keep watching the performance for another minute or so and see if there will be any significant drop in frame rate. As you can see, FPS was very stable throughout the gameplay, so let's move over to the Ultra graphics and check out the performance, even though your frame rate is locked at 30 FPS. As you can see, the Ultimate graphics option is available for the Snapdragon 855 Plus, but you will be limited to only 30 FPS, which is reasonable seeing how it was struggling to maintain 60 FPS on the lowest graphics. If you have reached this part of the video, do well to like this video and subscribe for more mobile gaming test videos like this. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.
Hold on! Here! Be careful! Allied troops engaging at Objective Alpha. Enemy exposed! Finish this! Grenade! Exoskeleton activated! Objective Alpha clear. Stay frosty. Sector Alpha secured. Keep neutralizing all enemy forces. Allied troops launching an assault on objective Bravo 1.
Coming! Somebody's bloody shooting me!
Objective Bravo 1 cleared.
That's the end of the video. See you on the next one. Cheers.